Players suck at your game. That is, until they've had sufficient experience in said game. Most games are wonderful, engaging, strategic, and complex, but only if you get the time to know them, and a lot of the time people don't. Too much depth can drown a player, so how do developers supply floaties to their player base? Well, there are multiple solutions, the most obvious and most common of which being a strict play the game for long enough and eventually you'll unlock new, more complex, in-depth content. Games like Risk of Rain 2 gate access to the Lunar Bazaar zone behind the accumulation of lunar coins, extremely rare enemy drops that persist over runs, encouraging players to play for extended periods of time before having access to this aspect of the gameplay loop, thus not to overwhelm the new player with all of these significant options. Then there are games such as Enter the Gungeon, which gate complexity behind how good the player has become at the game, and this is done in quite a straightforward manner due to the nature of its stage by stage gameplay loop. If a player can make it to a later stage in which enemies and mechanics are more difficult, it stands to reason they are able to handle more complex aspects of design. We call this organic complexity gating. However, within our game, Down Drain, runs don't follow the same linear nature like those from Enter the Gungeon. Players can begin from any stage and traverse the stages in any potential order. So how do we gauge the current skill level of players as to use that information to gate more complex mechanics, namely all of the major decision making found in the intermittent drain stage? How can we gate our complexity organically? Well, we took a little note out of Dead Cells' book, Time. Speedrunning is a major part of Dead Cells, and it is also a major part of Down Drain. It only stands to reason that some design philosophy was going to bleed over at some point. Dead Cells contains timed doors after the completion of a stage, and if the player manages to reach the end of the stage before an arbitrary time, they are rewarded with bonus items. The effect on the run this has is the exponential boosting of a run. Bonus items equals faster run. Faster run equals more bonus items. This bolster allows the more experienced players to focus on more gross gameplay decisions rather than the repetitive micro ones. Within Down Drain, we take the best of two worlds for organic gating. Every stage has 3 tiers of time requirements that scale as the run progresses. If the first time gate is met, access to the rightmost wing of the drain stage is granted, opening up gross decision making around the management of your run's current party as well as extra ways to gain points, further boosting the run's speed. The second time gate opens up the left side of the wing, which introduces the complexity of curses and loans to the game. Having loans tied behind such a volatile gate also means the player is not guaranteed to receive a return if they cannot breach the time gate after the next stage, making time management an integral aspect of the run, and further adding complexity. The final time gate simply awards a substantial sum of points to boost the player's current run, Dead Cells style. Does all of that sound complicated? Well, we expect it to, and that's why we have all of these complexities gated behind time, our metric for the current skill level of the player. Complexity is gated organically. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you made it this far, let us know what you think of this style of content and we'll make more of it. Share it with your mates if you enjoyed, it's mad appreciated. Also a huge shout out to our patrons who are making videos like this one possible. If you're not already part of the awesome SoulCube community, make sure you do so in our Creativity Community Discord server, where we have constant events going on and an awesome group of people to hang out with. And until next time, I'll catch you later.